Hello everyone, and welcome to another fine edition of Dining with the Don. We're going to do something a little different. Eggs, omelets, breakfast. Well, we're going to make an omelet for dinner, but I want to teach you guys, and that's what's important to me. This isn't only about cooking, it's about teaching. I want to teach you guys how to make the perfect omelet. This omelet is going to be delicious, it's going to be done just right, and I want to show you guys how to do it. I know everyone says, oh, I can make an omelet, but can you? So we're going to start with 5 eggs. We've let the eggs sit out room temp, and we're going to go ahead and get those cracked. Now the secret to a good omelet is adding a little bit of water. And I know you'll say, well, that sounds crazy. People, your mother probably always used milk. Well, trust me, water's the way to go. So we're going to add a small splash of water in to our eggs. That's what helps give it that fluffy texture and that real smooth taste. So we're going to go ahead, get that whipped up. We're going to set that aside. Now I went ahead, and here's a great thing about an omelet. You could put anything in an omelet. If you have hash browns, make some hash browns, throw some hash browns on your omelet. You can put bacon in it. Go in the fridge, and anything you find, it's going to come out good. Today I went ahead and pre-cut. I've got some mushrooms, some red onion, I've got green onion, and I've got a little cheese that we fresh grated already. Okay, so we're going to start with our vegetables, and we want to saute the vegetables up a little bit. So we're going to take some olive oil, we're going to put it in that pan, and you can use the same pan. We're going to go ahead, we're going to throw our peppers in, we're going to throw our onions in, and we're going to throw our mushrooms in. And once again, we went ahead and pre-cut everything, so it was ready to go. You can hear that pan sizzling. It was warmed up when we put the olive oil in. Get that sauteing up for a little bit. I'm going to add a little salt and pepper to that. While it's sauteing, once again, if you have some lunch meat, you can throw some ham in there. You can throw whatever you want in there, whatever you like on your omelet. I'm just happen to be using the ingredients because they were kind of what was in the fridge, and we talk about all the time cooking with what you have. Okay guys, the vegetables are sauteing up nice. You can see the onions are getting a little translucent. The mushrooms are glazing up real nice, the peppers. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to shut our heat off, and we're going to set this aside and put it into a bowl. Okay, so we got that pan clean, we got it back on. We're going to add a little bit of olive oil to that pan. And we're going to add a little bit of butter. The butter is going to give it a nice brown, which will help brown up the omelet. Lower the heat down. We don't want that pan too hot, and we don't want to burn the butter. All right. Now we're going to get that pan pretty hot because when we put our eggs in, we want them to really kind of sear up around the edges. So you'll see when that oil starts getting ready, and I'll show you what it looks like. That oil looks ready. I'm going to go ahead and whip up those eggs again just to get a little more air into them. Once again, that's going to give you your fluffy omelet. We're just going to pour that in there. You hear that? And you see the way the omelet is curling up on the sides? That is just exactly what we want. So we're going to get our spatula, and we're going to go ahead and lift the omelet on the sides and kind of run that excess egg around. That's going to help the omelet cook more evenly. When we get most of that egg off the top, then we're just going to let it go. We're going to go ahead, we're going to put some salt on it, some fresh ground pepper. We'll add a little too when we present it. We've got our vegetables ready, we've got our cheese ready. Everyone has different ways of doing omelets. I want to show you my way of doing an omelet. The presentation always comes out nice, and it just really works well. And you can go around with your spatula and kind of lift that omelet around the edges. And then at some point, when that heats up, that omelet's just going to break free on your pan. All right, we're going to go ahead now. We're going to add our vegetables. What I do though, I put my vegetables only on half of the omelet. So I'm going to load that up. But once again, just on half the omelet. We're going to add our fresh grated cheese. I've got a sharp cheddar. You could use whatever you'd like. I'm going to lower that heat down a little bit more. And you look at the bottom, that thing's browning up really nice. All right, and then we're going to show you how we get it onto a plate. And some people have a problem with that. Some people fold it over in the pan. I like to do it when I present it on the plate. Okay, you will notice how I took the veggies and kept them on one side of the pan. So what I'm going to do is go ahead, I'm going to slide that omelet out. And at the last minute, I'm going to fold it over. Well, some of the veggies fell out, but that's okay. We're going to put some fresh ground pepper on it. A little more salt over the top. So once again, we made a great omelet, but we made it for dinner. You can make it for breakfast. Protein, vegetables, you get a healthy meal, and your family's going to love it. Enjoy.